Raider Nation, what's going on? A lot of news trending for the Las Vegas Raiders in the 2025 upcoming season. Pete Carroll is now the head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. And John Spytek from the Buccaneers is the GM. And we all know the connection with Spytek and Tom Brady. So we all know that had a little bit of influence right there, Tom Brady. And a lot of people, a lot trending with Ben Johnson coming. But then it comes out that Mark Davis said that there never really was an offer for Ben Johnson. They never made an offer, so it's just all kind of like talks and whatnot, which I'm cool with, So, but Pete Carroll is the guy now. He met Max Crosby the other day in the press conference, and it seems like, Max Crosby came out and basically said that we're gonna get this thing rolling, So rather that be moving with a quarterback, it's trending about them moving up to the first or second pick. We'll see how that goes. We don't really know what's going to happen with that. Are they going to try to bring in, ask him about Russell Wilson too? So we don't know what about that, but he said, we got to wait till free agency comes up, so we don't really know. They're going to ask those questions because of where he came from. We know he has one thing that I at first I didn't really know what I felt about the whole Pete Carroll situation until I started, listening to Sherman and, what he said and all the players that played for him, And Marshawn Lynch came out and basically was he's like a player's coach, So it seems like they're looking for that culture with the Raiders and that stability. And recently, Mark came out about the whole thing with Gruden, about he gave him the 10-year contract. And then basically what happened with him, he basically had to he was in a bad situation, So, Pete Carroll has a 3-year deal. So rather we, know what avenue they're going to go, if it's going to be a quarterback. Just from what I've been trending, with them saying they're going to move up to the first or second pick, kind of lets me know. And then them asking about Russell Wilson and him saying we're going to get this thing going pretty fast. That kind of lets me know they're not really trying to mess with Aiden O'Connell, AOC. If that makes sense, that's just my take on that. But let's also speak about Patrick Graham, which was another pickup that we got this year, 2025. We kept him. It was trending about him leaving, but they signed him. I don't know if it's 100% official. I just know that they said that they're working on the deal. But I believe that Patrick Graham is going to be back, and it should be good, man. So that's a good take right there. I know we have a lot of free agents coming up, and I think we got $110 million to square that away. I know, I think Spillane and Hobbs and a lot of those guys are up right now for re-signing, man. So, and it's a lot of training right now. And I know Max Crosby, I think they're going to extend him, and he's basically the face of the Raiders, man. So we got to keep Max happy, man. But it seemed like all the talk, they were like, oh, Max is going to be out. It seemed like he was pretty happy last little podcast he did. He spoke, and a lot of time he went on one before, and they were like, oh, he talked about the situation with the coach and them getting a new coach all the time. And everybody was like, oh, he's leaving, he's out. I'm like, man, the whole show he had good stuff to say, about winning culture with Detroit and everything. They asked him that one little thing, and they just made it seem like he wanted to leave. And I never got that from that, But we'll see what happens, Raider Nation. I know they got to get the offensive coordinator. And, the quarterback situation has to be addressed. So we'll exactly see what happens, man. Raider Nation, let's see what happens, y'all. Tap in with your boy.